just wanted to get started with the usual shout outs. Does anyone have any shout outs? And I'm actually going to go first. I want to give a shout out to Jazzy for uh, helping make, well, frankly, for making pretty much from scratch the new banking spreadsheets. Um, so those of you who don't know, Jess stepped down, and so uh, Jazzy was able to. I mean, she had spreadsheets, but Jazzy gave us the ones that he was using for his raid team and made them all nice and pretty. Um, who else has some shout outs?
I have one. I would shout out to Kaylee and the mercenary team. Thank you so much. They were incredibly helpful a few weeks ago with Immortal, and we even stole some of Kaylee's kittens. So thank you, Kaylee.
I have a shout out. We recently launched our blog, and I wanted to shout out Serenity and Leia both for their help in getting that blog started. Leia provided the graphic for the top of the blog, and Suri, of course, got it programmed on the website. So I'm pretty excited about.
The graphic was actually made by Viragosa.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Well, then
I'm not that
shout
talented.
out to Viragosa.
He's not here, but I'll give him your sentiment.
Does anyone else have a shout out?
I got one. Shout out to Sick. Shout out to fucking Sick for being the best raid leader there is.
I thought this was a Christian server.
I'm sorry, I cussed. That's my bad.
Speaking of which, I definitely do want to give a shout out to Fury for getting cutting edge last night. Congratulations.
Congrats, guys. Thanks.
I'm sure a lot of work with a lot of work and blood and sweat and all that good stuff went into that. So
yeah, officers been putting in quite a lot of work. So as far as shout outs go, all the officers, anybody else that's been helping recruit and tweak strats and whatnot, it's appreciated.
What was y'all poll count?
It's like 250.
Oh, that's pretty good.
does anyone else have any more shout outs before we move on to promotions? All right, then does anyone have any promotions to announce?
I do.
Go for it.
Fire Pixie was promoted to Royal Emissary. She is the team lead for Wanderers, and she has been doing an amazing job. And she is now the Royal Emissary for.
And then I have a couple for Kai because she couldn't be here. Mardine is being promoted to Royal Emissary. He has completed his trial as the sponsorship team lead. And Mango is also being promoted to RE. He has completed his trial for raiding recruitment.
I do have a promotion as well, although he is not quite finished his trial just yet. I'd like to officially say here for those who are not aware that I stepped down as the lead of Valkyrie this past month, and Gallahorn has been at the midpoint of his trial now for taking over as team lead of Valkyrie. So I want to go ahead and give him a shout out there, as well as go ahead and give him his next stepping stone and his promo. So Gallahorn, welcome to AB. You'll get your RE long as you keep it up next month.
I have two. So those of you that don't know, we had a new RBG run, and that is being run by Yangs. So he has been promoted to Templar, and also Shubi is officially a Templar for community coordination as well. He has taken over the 6 p.m. Horde Friday Fun Run.
If that is it for promotions, I have a couple of trials to announce. So Pixeluna has been helping with banking. She's the one that you send all your mats to when you send them to EK Coin. She has been making feasts and flasks based on from the mats that people have sent, and she is currently trialing as the RE for the banking team on the Alliance side. And she has asked Naishala to be her ambassador. So Naishala will also be trialing as the ambassador of banking at the same time. And then the last trial that I have to announce is that Leia will be trialing as a chancellor for community coordination, which will oversee social media, community coordination, the website, all that fun stuff.
Gave her more power.
Well, she might be able to earn it, yes. At any rate.
You've doomed me in iron.
So I want to move on to our next section, which is State of the Kingdom. And first is EK Alliance. Basically, what I have there, again, congrats to Fury for getting Cutting Edge. And you know, we have a few teams that are also working on it. Hopefully, you know, we'll see success in a bunch of quarters there. But the main thing I really want to announce is we are forming a new. It's sort of an internal team, and its purpose. Well, first of all, its name. Or perhaps Iron, would you like to speak to that at all? But really, I just wanted to let people know the team name is Zenith. It's going to be it's a mythic alt team whose purpose is going to be selling mythic runs for the guild bank, and basically it's going to require people on the team are going to be required to have an alt that is capable of killing the first 4 bosses in Mythic. And so the requirements is you have to have an alt. It's got to have killed the 4 bosses of interest at least twice. Is that true, or is it just that your main has to have that? At any rate, if you're interested in that, speak to Iron. Ironstones will be heading up that team, and because of that, he will also be trialing as an AB for that position.
Wait, no.
Yes. What?
I can't stay a Templar.
No. Sorry, you're taking on too much responsibility. It's all your fault.
You can't blame that one on me either, sucker.
Can you let me out of this canoe, Iron? We're going
No.
down.
You look what you've done.
It's not my fault. I only said I'd help you.
And that's all I have for EK Alliance. So next I have Belle for the Endless Kingdoms.
Good evening, everyone. I have several things to talk about. A couple of these items are more specific to the guild in general than they are to Endless Kingdoms, but since this is my turn to talk, I thought that I'd go ahead and cover everything at one time. So the biggest thing going on right now is we're having a transition of leadership on the Horde side. So I want to make sure everybody knows that there is a meeting about that transition tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. Sin is having some real life exciting things happening for him, and they will prevent him from being able to do what he needs to run a guild um, for Eternal Kingdom. So he has given his notice, and we've asked Zate to step in the interim. So he will temporarily be the GM for Eternal Kingdom Horde. And so we're going to talk tomorrow about what that looks like and what his vision is for the short period that he's going to be GM. Other news, we started a blog, and that was posted this week for the first time. I posted a brief intro, and then Leah posted an article, and now it is open to anyone who wants to write for our blog. I'm interested. You can propose a topic, or you can send me an article, and we'll work together to continue publishing good content on Eternal Kingdom's blog. When it comes to banking, on the Horde side, things have been a little bit lean. So we are looking for some Templar positions to help buoy up the banking. Those positions include someone to run head of the curve carry run, looking for someone that will do Mythic plus key carry runs, organize those for the guild bank, and looking for someone who will organize and run herbing and fishing, meat farming events to raise materials for the bank. ENK specific, on the ally side, we have a looking for raid run on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. Looking for people to join in on that. It's always a lot more fun, a lot less annoying when you have a group of people that you get along with for LFR. I know Leah's going to mention this in a little bit, but I wanted to remind everybody that we have a streamathon coming up next weekend, and encourage everybody to participate or to tune in, depending on what your preference is. I know I'll be watching, and I'm pretty excited about that. Finally, we have a Help Wanted channel in the Discord. If you are interested in helping out, watch that channel. We're posting to it all the time. And the Templar positions I just mentioned will be posted there within 24 hours. That's all I've got. So I think Eternal King Magic.
Let's see. As far as rest of Horde updates, there will be more discussed at the Horde meeting tomorrow that I don't necessarily just want to, reiterate here. So I'd rather just let a lot of that stuff kind of be explained for those who will be attending. Just other general updates. teams are progressing as at a pretty steady rate here. Would like to give a shout out to V again for getting Zool down. So now they're moving into those last two. If things go well. Been watching other teams progress. I see a lot of close to Zool kills as well coming from Nocturne. Hope y'all get that soon as well. Other than that, most of what Bell covered, pretty much everything going on Horde side, it is a lot of transition and restructuring of, banking and term GM position filling and all that kind of stuff. So besides that, there's not really much else going on.
Leia?
So next up is recruitment, which I believe Mango. It's Kai couldn't be here.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. So yeah, so for the month of November, we've had 129 applicants, 72 for Alliance and 57 for Horde. We currently have 40 open applications, and we had 31 trial for Alliance and 43 for Horde. We also have 1 Horde mercenary applicant and 4 Alliance. On the social side, we had 16 social apps, currently 2's open, 10 for Alliance, and 4 for Horde. That's it.
Thank you. Next up, we have. So on the Alliance side, we have a month's worth of feasts. We have about a half a month worth of flasks, and our goal is to have 2 months of supplies by January 1st. So really key to that is getting those donations in. So the Saturday herbing event that Leah just mentioned, and the Sunday fishing and meat farming event, the Sunday harvest, those are where 75% of the donations are coming from. So if you are at all interested in joining in on that, I highly encourage everybody to join in on that. And half of what we ask that half of what you farm go to the bank from those events, and you will get double tickets. On the Horde side, we have very little. So I want to bring up those Templar positions again. We need help generating an income for the Horde Bank, because right now we don't have what we need to support the teams, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do that in the near-term future. If we can find somebody who will set up farming runs, we can start to set some goals and do better for our teams. And that's not just the teams, but that's any fun runs and events that we can support. So with that said, I wanted to announce the prizes for the month of November. Sutrana won the G640 Logitech mouse pad for first prize. I'm going to say it wrong. Anatheme wins 5 flasks of their choice, and Aaron Chan wins Father Winter's Helper. On the Horde side, Sutrika wins the Logitech mousepad. The other 2 items were Leia or Rhea and myself, and those prizes will go back into circulation. So next month, the prizes that are up for grabs are Sapphire Panther. Second place will be a store pet of choice, and third place will be 5 flasks of choice. If you're farming and you want to send materials to the bank on either faction side, send to EK Coin. And I think that covers all my notes.
And I think that was everything we intended to cover. So so yeah, thanks to everyone for coming.
Wait. Zayd's in here and we don't get one word out of Zayd. This is unacceptable.
Yeah, especially upon his return to greatness.
I want to go greatness so far.
Well, he hasn't returned yet. We get to hear him talk tomorrow at the board meeting.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Zate.